The tale continues. Today, Danat and his companions do their first dungeon, or at least start it. We're going to start with Pradaqa Tower. You have your choice of a lot of different dungeons, but Pradaqa Tower is probably one of the easiest, and it has a potential companion at the top. And I can't remember if he's any good, so I want to do it first and see if he's any good and if I want him. Because I'd rather pick him up if I'm going to take him before I start visiting gods, so that I don't have to go back and visit the gods again to get bonuses. So to get the secret word to Pradaqa, we need to visit this guy Grovel. There's a guy in the northwest corner of Feroshi who said he has the secret word for Pradaqa Tower, the word necessary to lower the drawbridge. And he'll give it to us if we find Lilton. It's like a hard to find herb. And he said the only person he knows who has it is this guy Grovel, who got run out of town for playing with little boys too much. And check out the creepy greeting he gives us. Yeah, so he's a creepy guy. But he's got Lilton. And thankfully, we only need one, I hope. And so now we head back to Feroshi. Alright, an easy fight. Let's do this. Sweet. We don't really need to rest after that, but our equipment probably took a little bit of damage. Alright. Time to go get the secret word. Alright, Borden. Yeah, we already... Well, this is what he says, if you want to know. An old charlatan. Alright, anyways, the way you give someone something is offer. Surprise, surprise. Alright, Buntista. Just making a note of that. Rock and roll. I don't know why they had to make it so annoying to get to him. But yeah. So what you didn't see off screen was I spent a lot of time training each of my party members and teaching them magic spells so that I am combat ready. Right, this is Pradaqa Tower. And the way you use secret words is you whisper them. So I'm going to whisper Vantista. And the gate of Pradaqa Tower opens. Alright, here we go. And now my map should no longer be useful. Yeah. So it's up to you to just wander. And your party members often say random things as you're wandering through dungeons. Sometimes you come across traps, sometimes you come across ambushes. These are monsters we haven't seen before, Panari. I forget what they do. It doesn't matter because they're going to die quickly. We're having a lot of luck with the skill up, I like it. And you do notice I'm like saving all the time. That's because you never know when the game's going to crash. And so that's how you get chests. You use a pick on it. And right now I'm pooling all of my teleportal tiles on Lori just to free up Danat's inventory. Sometimes chests are poisoned or booby-trapped, so it's nice to save beforehand. A lot of times you still want the loot inside, but sometimes you don't. I notice I'm kind of like scouting to make sure I don't miss any rooms. So I don't know if you've probably seen it before, but this is a high Taldor, the red one. He has like more armor and a nicer weapon and does significant damage. So I'm being stingy with my crossbow bolts because you can run out, and I don't want to run out. I mean, I don't think I'm that low on bolts, but I might as well not waste them if there's no need to waste them. Yeah, and if my lockpicking skill were better, I wouldn't be breaking picks on every single chest. But unfortunately, I haven't found the lockpicking trainer yet, so... and I also haven't shown you that in any of these rooms after combat, you can camp, which is an opportunity to heal, learn spells, fix broken weapons and armor. Okay, here we see two different staircases leading up to the second level, which is interesting. Because it's possible that the second level is segmented such that you access different parts of it depending on which staircase you take. So here's an example of having someone else take the loot. Once you've picked a chest, you can just look inside to loot it. And this is how you camp. You just hit camp. Oh, here we go. What does Mori have to say? Nothing that interesting. One of the towers much later in the game, Karini Tower, is full of weird, not exactly traps, but like you step on this space and you teleport, and it's kind of like a teleportation puzzle. That's kind of annoying to work through. It's nice they're giving me teleportal tiles because at the end of most dungeons... Oh, there's a trap chest. Sucks because I just took a lot of damage. So poison can be relieved using the cure spell, I believe. Yeah. So that's the only kind of trap you find in chests, if I recall correctly. You just get poisoned. I don't think you can. There's another similar condition called illness. I don't know if you can get that one. All right, so we've gone full circle. Sometimes the towers have these interesting designs on the floor, and sometimes you find something if you dig on them. But I don't remember which tower that's in. And in some towers, you find a ton of these. So you probably don't want to like dig all of them. All right, and I didn't point it out, but over here, where it tells you that we're in Pradaqa, it tells you that we're on the first floor. That's the trend with all the dungeons, even when you're going down instead of up. Let's go exploring. I'm probably going to do all the rooms because I don't remember which rooms are important, and why would you pass up loot? And like I said, Pradaqa was easy because it's like all Taldor. I don't remember what you find on the higher levels, but I also don't remember how many levels are in Pradaqa. It's just faster to let Mori take them than to take them and transfer them. It's really easy to miss rooms on the bottom. Like you have to like see the arrow to know there's a room there. Dim elves. This is fun because there's a lot of them. What to do here? Let's have some fun. This could go really badly. Or it could go pretty well. So dim elves are like really good archers. And they tend to hurt a lot. Which you might see here in a minute. Okay, well that wasn't so bad. I mean, maybe I had weaker armor when I fought them before, but I remember them like tearing my party up and getting lots of crits. Right, alabasters are those cool gems you can drop in a map flask. And they'll give you a map of your current dungeon. Specifically, like, it's just like the world map where it just shows you your current locality. So it doesn't show you everything. If I recall correctly, these guys can do a good bit of melee damage. I'm just checking how many bolts I have. So I really care about Endel and Gruth. They have a decent number. Let's live dangerously though and see what happens. We did just save after all. Begin. That's what I was afraid of. There was a chance that Tula would have gotten another turn, and if she had, I would have used a Gonshi so that she got another 3 actions.
Oh.
Yeah, see, he just critted Danat, which sucks.
Oh.
But he didn't do that much damage.
Oh.
So we'll just go with it. We'll let Tula take a hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that wasn't so bad, but if like 4 Tladdle were all hitting Danat at once, that would have been bad. Like, he would have been dead. And you may have noticed that I've been like repairing or fixing weapons and armor. That's because, well, it looks like Danat's fine. Here we go. Like, Halen, his great sword has taken a little bit of damage. And if your weapon takes enough wear and tear, that's what the W and T is, then it will actually break like in combat and become very ineffective. Unfortunately, no one in my party is strong enough to wield a heavy crossbow. Most of them are like 1 shy. But once we visit a god who boosts your strength, we will be. So we did not find the stairwell, the other stairwell that could have brought us up to the 2nd floor. Which means that the 2 different stairwells took us to different parts of the floor, which is interesting. Alright, maybe in this battle we'll find out what Panari do. That'll be exciting. Let's give it a shot. Oh, that's not good. That's very not good. Why is she turning to flee? Her bravery is 6. I guess Panari are scary. So, since she turned to flee, we need to find someone who has the courage spell. Good, Gruth has it. Alright, so she's probably fine now.
Oh. Oh.
We'll just stand here.
Oh.
Alright, let's see what Panari do.
Oh.
Apparently nothing.
Oh. Oh.
I thought they caused some sort of negative status effects, but I don't remember.
Oh. Oh.
Maybe that's only if they manage to deal damage.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know. And something I did not mention is that unfortunately I did lose Poral. I left him working for me in Tulara, and I stopped by to see what was up and if I could milk him for money. And unfortunately he was gone. So his loyalty was not sufficiently high to keep him there. Or maybe I just let way too much time pass. This is one of those spots where it's really easy to miss this door down here. But we'll go this way first. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Yeah, this should be fine. Just in case Endel wants to flee, we'll move her up here.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
So I'm thinking I might want to put some distance between me and the High Taldor because he's going to hurt, but whatever.
Oh.
We'll just see what happens. Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh.
So it's fine if Danat dies as long as you resurrect him
Oh.
at the end of the battle?
Oh. Oh.
Which is why I taught everyone the resurrect spell. Thankfully he didn't crit me. It hurts a lot more when they do. And this is pretty much how dungeons go. Oh, so you can get illness from a chest. And this was a crappy chest. Like a broadsword, it doesn't sell for much. It's not even worth the trouble. So I'll actually just not even bother with this chest. Oh, this is interesting. So there's one of the stairways to level 4. Ooh, a Taldor mage. Does Gruth know Imbecile? I think I made sure he learned that one. Yes. So since I'm not sure what the Taldor mage can do, well, let's just find out what he can do. Let's live dangerously.
Oh.
I think they just cast like Fireball. I mean, I could like probably take him down with my crossbows, but I'm curious. I want to know what he can do. Oh, Shatter.
Oh. Oh.
Interesting. He only got one attack in. So Shatter does a somewhat random amount of damage.
Oh.
And it was fully blocked by whoever that was his shield. But like when I've cast it, it can do up to like 60 damage. You know, if Mori's casting it. Everyone else is pretty weak. So here you can see on the status screen everyone's shield. So there we go. So it looks like it did 52 damage and just her shield blocked it. So we'll just restore her shield. Is that Endel? Yeah. There's no particular reason I'm using Gruth, just because I happen to use him before. I'm like, yeah, why not use him again? I'll just give him the Halen. Your inventory is maxed at like 40 distinct items, I believe. So I've maxed Danat out before recently. Oops, I want Danat to fix. So I'm trying not to overload him with junk. Alright, and we've gone full circle. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. No way for us to get to the rest of the floor from here. So we'll go on up to Pradaqa 4. So if this works the way I think it does, You can go up one side of the dungeon and down the other. But I could be wrong. This is a very large, very interesting corridor. I figure there's an ambush somewhere. And maybe a chest. Yeah. David unearths treasure. I guess that's what it says if you get a bunch of stuff. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. I'll just give that all to Mori. The only thing I wanted Danat to have is the map flask. So oh, here we go. Halen can hear the wind outside. Isn't that special? So it's hard to know that you've like covered the full area in a chamber this big. You could pay attention to your X and Y coordinates and just make sure you've covered all the ground, but yeah. Siendel calls our attention to the chest in case we missed it. Looks like there's nothing else here, so we're good.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Alright. Yeah, this has probably been kind of boring because all the fights are so easy, but that's how Pradaqa is. A lot of the other dungeons are much less boring. A great axe isn't bad, but I'm just gonna sell it. I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't really care. Yeah. Ooh. So, like, if all 7 of these Taldor mages cast, like, Shatter or Fireball on the same person, it would probably kill them. So this is an interesting battle. And I'm trying to think of how I want to handle it. I was thinking I could jump one of my meleeers in. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe that's what I'll do. Let's see who knows jump. Sweet. I could also use time stop. I'll talk about that if I use it. Alright, we'll have Gruth, Recall, Jump. Begin. Oops. 5. Just to make sure he has enough turns. This should give me good coverage of all the Taldor mages. Oh, shoot. That's not good.
Oh. Oh.
Good.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Alright, that wasn't so bad. But that was a more interesting fight. That's cool. One thing I haven't thought about was, is there anyone else in my party with better lockpicking skills? Let's see, Danat's at 40, so probably not. Yeah, Tool is close, but Danat has better growth potential. And so as you've just seen, those Gunshi herbs are clutch. And they can make all the difference in a battle. If I hadn't had them, I could have used the spell Time Stop. I can try to have my archers take out the Telor Mage.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, right.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Easy peasy. I'm really tired of my lockpicks breaking. Especially because his skill isn't that bad. I mean, 40 out of 99, that's probably high for a dwarf. At least that's what all the trainers seem to say. I went and trained everyone in Magic, and Danat was not allowed to train at all. And he's only at like 40? Yeah. Of 99. Humans were able to go up to 50, Amazons to 60, and Mori's already as high as he can train at 70. But that was frustrating because I'd like Danat's Magic to not suck since I'm stuck with him the whole game. And hey, we're already on level 6 of the dungeon. That's pretty cool. We're going through it pretty fast. So these guys all hit kind of hard, which sucks. We'll just do the jumping thing and see how that goes. Alright. We're gonna need some redundancy. Oh, I probably should have put him in the middle. Oh well. Oops. I should have used a Gunshi. That's what I get for being thoughtless.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Oh cool, we got a crit.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Right now I just need Halen to not miss.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cool. So it's kind of like, what if that had been a harder fight and there had been like 24 High Taldor? The easy solution is to cast Crumble on them so that if they have a magic shield, it's stripped. And then have everyone cast Firestorm. Because Firestorm shoots fireballs at all enemies. I think it can be blocked by obstacles. And each fireball will do like about, I think 15 to like 23 damage. So if all of my party members are doing that, that's a lot of damage. And if I cast Time Stop, we all get to go again. So that's kind of the strategy you can use to like easy mode the game. If we go here, and there, sure, whatever. Oh, that's cool. Getting a magic up off of the jump spell. Would have never
Oh.
expected that, because it's kind of a boring spell.
Oh.
Will not use a Gunchi.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Cool. Didn't even have to use an herb with anyone but Gruth. And that was even unnecessary. I could have just had Endel cast jump. Which is probably what I should have done. Live and learn. Ooh, Nifts. So those are the ones that make it so you can't miss with a physical attack. With your next physical attack. So if you're lining up a big attack with a Murget, it's a pretty good combo. Because the Murgets make you do triple damage. And hey, we got ambushed. Thankfully, we have good armor and took no damage, but that could have been a lot more interesting. So if I kill the Taldor in front of me, then the High Taldor will be free to strike, which would not be fun. But I think my archers can hit the High Taldor. Yeah, cool. So archers cannot attack people who are like right next to them. Like Gruth could not have attacked that Taldor or that Panari.
Oh. Oh.
So the other thing that stinks about an ambush is
Oh.
you can't camp afterwards and like heal and recover.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
But I mean, I can backtrack and go in one of the rooms I just came out of if I need to recover. But yeah, you still get loot from the corpses, and you know there's no chest unless there happens to be one out and about. And here's a little room tucked away. The only thing I really care about is the Taldor Mage, and I think my crossbowman can take him down. So I think we're good. This will kind of test my armor a bit when I get swarmed by Panari.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
I'm loving all the skill ups I get. I'm not sure if they really help that much though.
Oh. 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 Oh.
Like I know your skill helps you land a hit, but I don't know if it determines your chance to crit.
Oh.
Sure, whatever.
Oh. Oh.
So as you notice, drawing a weapon does waste a combat action. That's why you'd rather not have to do that in combat.
Oh. Oh.
I'm glad Endel hasn't like turned into a coward again. I wonder if that's a character flaw in her. Because another character that I often take at the beginning of the game, Entor Glag, has that problem. I mean, his bravery is inherently low, but he very often flees. It's quite annoying, especially when you use him for like the whole game. This might be where we wrap around. Yeah, sometimes their random outbursts make no sense. I have no idea why. Oh, so here's the teleportal. So this is where you insert 3 tiles, and the order you insert them from left to right. You can insert them in a different order, but their left to right order determines where you teleport to. And yeah, there's often like a chest in the room, but it's not a lootable chest. Um, I'll just jump again.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, it's probably getting a little old that I'm like doing the same thing every battle, but I mean,
Oh.
that's how it goes sometimes. I don't really need to waste the spell, but sure.
Oh.
I mean, as for loot, I guess this all isn't bad if you're at the beginning of the game, because it's a bunch of decent equipment. Like a great axe is a good weapon. It's a little bit better than whatever Halen's sword is. A great sword. This could be a fun fight. We could get hurt a lot on this fight. Let's go with the whirlwind. Question is, do I want to have Danat and Halen rush in? I don't know. We'll see. That was a good one. Sometimes whirlwinds backfire horribly.
Oh.
Oh shoot, she's not wielding her bow. That was a mistake.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb. Oh well. We'll go with Shatter. That's no fun. Do I have Fire Death? I could do Firestorm, or I could do Fire Death. Fire Death is cooler, so we'll do that. Yeah, and it does more damage. Yeah, see. Danet's filled up on something. I wasn't paying attention to what. Oh, coins. Yeah, before I came here, I had Danat make a lot of money for me since Poro ran away. So this is one of the like sacred treasures. It's like the moon scarab that we have to give to a Dwarven chieftain. Nope, not heal, cure. And like the story behind the moon scarab is pretty cool. So here's Rare and Bennick, the guy I was talking about. Oops. Let's talk to him. I mean, why would a guy be hanging out in this weird corner at the tallest level of this tower that's like magically sealed? It's very suspicious. I think we already learned that from Gruth, but I could be wrong. Because I thought Tanala was where we find Naloon, the tower full of ant-men that kidnapped Princess Talia, the Amazon princess. Let's check Raren out. Okay, his endurance is really low. He doesn't have many hit points, which is not good. His strength is low. His dexterity is low. I mean, they're like mediocre, but they're not better than Gruth's. Because he's like, okay, his strength is 6, his dexterity is 7. Those are kind of two of the biggest combat stats. This is all trainable, so it doesn't even really matter, but nothing's high. Kind of the same thing. He doesn't even have anything interesting in his inventory. Okay, he knows a few spells. But alright, let's check out Gruth, who's his potential replacement. Gruth has a lot more hit points, better strength. I think it's the same dexterity, but yeah, Gruth's better. Alright, so that's why I don't take Raren, because he's not good. So normally, at the end of a dungeon, you would probably teleport out using the teleportal or the teleport chamber, which is right here. The only reason I'm not is because there are rooms I missed, since there were like 2 different paths you could take. I think this is where it is. Yeah, cool. We'll just clear the tower. Probably just need 2 jumps. I'll stop being stingy with my crossbow bolts. I was just checking what spell he had recalled, because here it tells you. I could have just told him to recall it anyway, but whatever. Alright, let's send Danat in. And let's send Halen in. Cool, he gets 3 turns.
Oh! Oh!
Halen did not. I'm loving all the skill ups. Wish they mattered more. The herbs and special items can be pretty confusing. Like, I think a medicine cures illness, whereas a loca cures poison. Have I been here? No. But the game has a really good manual that explains what every single thing is.
Oh!
It tells you
Oh!
the strength requirement for each weapon and like the base damage for the weapon. It does not include the magic weapons, unfortunately.
Oh! 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 Oh!
And you might wonder why I'm using Tula for melee and Endel for ranged attacks. or Gruth ranged attacks for that matter, and it's really arbitrary. I mean, Gruth and Halen are kind of equivalent. The only difference being Gruth is too weak to wield a greatsword, but Endel and Tula are roughly equivalent, and so it's completely arbitrary which one is swinging a sword and which one is wielding a crossbow. That's where we come up. This is really windy. Ba-dum. Oh, sure.
Oh. 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 Oh.
But this is pretty much how the dungeons go in the game, where you just walk around and fight a whole bunch of battles.
Oh.
One thing you're not seeing is that in certain other dungeons or temples, instead of a chest being in the room, sometimes there's this fountain. I think there are some fountains that like heal you when you drink from them, but there are also fountains that teach you spells when you drink from them, which is kind of weird, because normally you have to like spend time memorizing spells. I guess that's cool, but it's kind of weird. But that's pretty much it. You find treasure and the magic fountains. And I think Karini is the only tower that has puzzles, and it's just a teleportation puzzle where like to get through a floor, you have to figure out where to step when. And hey, we got ambushed again. And thankfully, it's a joke of an ambush. Oh, oops, I accidentally told Danat to attack and I didn't even realize it. I can show you how awful Mori is at melee combat. Yeah, he's wielding a scimitar. I mean, he's not really that awful, he's just weak. And so he can't wield a better weapon. Maybe he can, I haven't actually looked, I don't really care. I mean, you're typically not using him for melee combat anyway. So this looks like a pretty good fight. Just thinking through how I want to handle it. Oh no, Endel doesn't know Crumble. Who does know Crumble? Who knows Crumble? This is not good. Well, Danat knows Crumble. I wasn't going to use Danat for that, but I can. So I don't necessarily need Crumble, but it's nice because it strips their magical shields. Which makes sure they actually take damage when they're hit by a spell. So let's give this a shot. Yeah, it's a pretty cool visual effect for like green thing. I can slow it down and you'll see it more. Oh, too late. I had the DOS box CPU speed cranked up a little bit. And the reason I did that was so that Mori has a higher chance of killing these four. Because if one of them had a shield, like mages typically have shields. So I figured the Taldor mage had a shield. And if they had shields, then they might not have died in 2 shots. That's no fun. That's really no fun. There we go. Yeah, dim elves are pretty good at dodging. It's quite annoying. Wow, that dim elf is pretty incredible. That's cool. I wasn't sure if we'd kill him. I forgot how much health he had. I guess he was down to 2. So since I have Endel and Gruth use bolts the most, I'll give them to them. And it's easy to lose track of like which parts you've covered in a dungeon and which you haven't. Like I've already kind of lost track. Oops. Sometimes navigating is tricky and you have to switch which party member you're using to do the moving. I think I've been everywhere. I wish I knew. Yeah, okay. Think I've cleared this side of this floor. Yeah. And nothing else in this tower is really that good or significant. The only important thing was the scarab. So I probably could just bail, but I'm a bit of a completionist. And I can't remember if there is anything else good in the tower, so I'm going to double check. There are several magic weapons in the game. Magic armor is a lot rarer. Hey, another ambush. That's fun. There are only 3 pieces of magic armor you find in the game. Oh, interesting. And Dell took damage. I guess she got hit by the High Taldor. I wasn't even paying attention. And they're all the same. They're all called Methril, and they're really good. I just feel like nuking these guys. Good thing Mori hits like a truck. Being wounded typically means you only get 1 turn in combat. It might always mean that, but that's why Tula just got 1 action, I should say. And the condition goes away at the end of combat, as you can see, and then you can just heal up and you're good. Oops. That's what happens when you're free to change your weapons back. I'll just leave some distance and let them spend their turns covering it. Because otherwise I would have put myself in his attacking range. Oops. Yeah. Whatever. Interesting. Yeah, see, that was dumb that I left Danat there in striking range. But, oh well. But yeah, there are a lot of cool magic weapons in the game. There are at least 2 other magic axes you find besides the one that Danat starts with. There are at least 2 magic swords, and one of them there are 2 copies of. One of the magic swords is utter garbage. And it's really strange because it can only be used by a certain race. So it's a pain to get. It can only be used by a certain race. And I call it a piece of junk because it breaks all the time. It might do good damage when it's not broken, but it's broken so much of the time that it's kind of worthless. Oh, growth. I hate that. Let's just have some fun. Just trying to keep a clean inventory. I love how they like teleport to the center of the room when I hit camp. I totally came from this side. Yeah. I'm getting forgetful. I can't remember if I cleared this floor or not. I've been playing for too long. Yeah, that's right. I think I did. Yes. Okay. Yeah. I'm a little dehydrated and I need to eat. That's my excuse. Yeah, I wonder if they've noticed that I've like slaughtered all their friends throughout all the rest of the tower, and that's why they're cautious. Probably not. I mean, who would live like way up in this tower, just hanging out in a room with a treasure chest? Where's the food and the beds? Doesn't make any sense.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
I mean, I don't know about you, but I think the
Oh.
same old room would get boring after like, I don't know, a couple hours. But hey.
Oh.
Yeah, so see, there are a good number of ambushes in this dungeon. It's so annoying.
Oh. Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
Alright, I just want that dim elf to die. I'm tired of him dodging. Let's see if I can... Good. I can't remember if Shatter can go through obstacles or not. I wasn't sure if Mori had a clear shot by that wall. I mean, it looks like he should because the wall's really back here, but whatever.
Oh. Oh.
Alright, let's see if we can finish him. See, the wall, even though it's like it's not really in the way, it is in the way. It's dumb. He's trying to run away, that's funny. Ambush me and then change his mind. What's the Warhammer saying? Cowards die in shame? Actually, this would be a good setup for lightning, but I don't think Mori knows lightning. Darn. That is unfortunate. Danat probably does. It's not worth it. So lightning is kind of cool. It's something like line of sight based spell, but it hits everyone in the way of it. So like if Halen were to cast lightning right now on the farthest back dim elf, it would hit all 3 dim elves. And I think it does around 20 damage.
Oh. Oh.
It's not bad. I don't know how much it would do if Mori cast it. I think that's how much it did when I had like Danat cast it before. But I could be wrong. Oh cool, we got enough attacks.
Oh. Oh.
So I'm not sure what we get for the scarab, because often one dungeon is necessary for plot progression. Like you get something in the dungeon that you give to someone to learn a password to something. I don't know what we get for the scarab. I mean, we have to pick one of the chieftains and give it to them. And maybe they'll tell us some useful information, but maybe not. I don't remember. There are a lot of other dungeons or temples, rather, that I can do without any
Oh.
secret words or anything. And I already know the password to Del Coffee. I'll just pass.
Oh. Oh.
Cool. I've lost so many lockpicks. Yeah, whatever. That's yeah. And sometimes dungeons and towers have pointless corridors like that one. So I think we're back. Yeah, we're back to the beginning. So we have cleared Pradaqa, except the like 2 chests I left stuffing because they were poisoned and had junk. Alright, that's Pradaqa Tower. We can have some fun real quick and see what the chieftains tell us when we hand over the scarab. Let me look up where the towns were. Oh yeah, I know where they are. They're like way east. I haven't been to that town up there. This is the chieftain who's a jerk. And we'll just do this. I forget where his house is. I don't know if it was down low or up high. Here we go. Alright, let's offer him the scarab and see what he says. I have a lot of junk to sell, as you can see. Who has the scarab? Endo. Okay. Huh. I don't think I have to have Danat do it. Let's see what he says. Huh. Yeah, unfortunately, you never get to wield Kamalkad. You get it, and then it's like the game ends. Or you have to give it to one of the chieftains. So he basically says, go talk to their lore master about Kamalkad. So go to the lore master and research Kamalkad. Not really that helpful. Let's see what the other chieftain does for us. Where's Reagan? Yep. Interesting, he says like the same thing. That's interesting. He didn't give me anything. Huh. Whatever, I'll just hold on to the scarab and give it to no one. You can do that. You can just wait till like the end of the game to give everyone everything, I think. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed Pradaqa Tower, and I'll see you next time.